Hello, and thank you for joining us. We want to talk about our latest app, Inspector Diet.
Inspector Diet is a revolutionary app which is going to change the way you look at diet. And this app basically works on the following principle. Instead of logging your food, you can just take a snap of your food. Take an image of your food, the app will automatically classify what it is using deep learning models, which my friend will explain, and it will classify which ingredients or which items are there in your picture and then give you the nutritional breakdown of everything that's there. My friend will go a bit into the model and then I'll explain the development side.
So the model we've used is the YOLO V8 model. YOLO stands for You Only Look Once, and it's based on the convolutional neural network. When an image is passed to it, YOLO will analyze the image and look for the specific objects that we have asked it to look for. We've basically passed hundreds of images of different foods through this model and trained it to look for certain features in order to detect certain objects. Those objects are then returned back to our app telling us what is present in the photo.
And now the model alone is not going to change anything. So we also have it deployed on an Android application. So how this works is that we built a server using Django which hosts our model, and this server receives the image from the app and it will classify what classes it belongs to, and then it will also give you a nutritional breakdown, and this information is passed to an Android application that we built. And this Android application will display all the information that's there of whatever snap it of whatever image that you've taken, and as you see in the live demonstration, we'll give you a breakdown of how things actually work.
So let's look at how we've built this model. We began with the data set, which we've uploaded to Kaggle for anyone who wants to look at it, with 358 images of various foods. For example, like this: chapati, pizza, soda, and so on. And a few more complex images for fine-tuning, like this combination of idlis and vadas, or this combination of burgers, pizzas, and fries. We then prepared the data by using RoboFlow. We've uploaded that link as well, and we annotated the images. From there, we performed some augmentations and then got our final data set that looked something like this. We then passed that through the model with the code that's been given. You can find it in our GitHub repository. But basically, on the other end, we ended up with a model with where you can see the metrics over here. But if we quickly go through that, we had something like this, where it classifies our image like this. And this is what goes then to the application, which we will now discuss in detail.
Okay, so welcome back. Now in this video I'll be explaining about the Android application and the backend Django server, which I briefly touched upon, and I'll show you how things exactly work over here. So now first I'm in the Android application, and I can see here I've already filled the username and password, and so when I click on the login, what actually happens is that you get a toast message saying you've logged in successfully. What happens on the backend is that there is a request that's being sent to the backend for login. It will ask for the authentication, and as you can see, these are the paths that have been exposed by the backend Django server, and it'll activate the login path, and it'll go over here and it'll sign in. So after signing in, you'll get the authentication token, which will be stored temporarily with the Android application until the user logs out. So while the user is logged in, the user can perform all kinds of operations, like first thing the user can see is the past history of what and all they've taken, and you can see the calories over here as well. So what exactly happens over here is that we have a MongoDB database over here showing what and all information is there regarding the user. As you can see here, there are like 51 values that have entered previously, and the Django server will query this and will present the information as required to the front end. And so we can navigate between different applications, and everything works with these REST APIs.
Okay, so I'll give you a live demonstration of how our app works and run you through the entire process of what's actually happening in the back. So now on this table we have a bunch of food items over here, and we're going to see if our app can predict them accurately. So as we begin now, we are going to start by logging into our app. So you have the username and password, and once you log in, you'll get the history of past foods what and all you have actually scanned. So I have a bunch of foods over here, but let's just go to the working of the model. So now when I go to the picture side, I can now take a picture or select from gallery. But for now, I'll take a picture, and I'm going to take a picture of this banana over here. So now I've taken a photo, and I'm going to select this photo now. And once I click on submit, you can see it's more or less correctly classified it as a banana. Now after classifying as a banana, I can click on confirm selection, and I'll give the nutritional information of the banana. As you can see over here, I can see total fat 0.3 grams, fiber 2.6 grams, and all this so on and so on, all the way till trans fat even. So now this is where our app is different from all the other apps, because we also give the nutritional information of the foods that we capture on our on the camera. We can classify them and at the same time give the nutritional information. So you don't have to manually input them. So now we're going to see if a model can predict well on when there's multiple images. And one more thing is, you can see over here, a banana is now there in the previous foods, on recent foods. So now I'll go to banana. Now there's a banana and an apple. I'll take a snap. I've taken a snap with both an apple and a banana, and I'm going to click on submit. And again, banana and apple have been classified successfully, correctly. Now I'm going to confirm the selection again, and I'm going to get the combined nutritional information of both a banana and an apple. Again, note that point. It's the combined, not an individual calories. Now, the next thing, we are going to add in a third item to it, which is now a soda. So now I'll take another photo now, this time with both the apple, banana and the soda. And here we go. So now I've taken a photo with all three and I'm clicking on submit. Well, apparently now this time there was a problem in which the apple did not appear on the selection list. Now we know that this is still a demo. This is still a new app. The model is still new and it's still being trained. So we have another option over here called change list. Now in this change list, you can select other foods from this list, in this drop down list of what and all your model might have missed. So in this case, I'll click on apple because the apple was the only thing that was missing. Now since I've confirmed this, I'll confirm this, and now I can get the combined nutrition of all three as well.
And there you have Inspector Diet. We hope you enjoyed this demonstration. Thank you so much for joining us.